I've been seeing a lot of people who have been talking about giving up hope about our situation that we're in as a country, as a collective. And the only thing I can say is I've been through some shit in life, like really intense shit. Um, and I learned a long time ago that when you're when it feels most hopeless is when we need to have hope the most. And what I mean by that is that when we have been in the darkness for so long and it feels like we will never see the light, if we sit down and give up and just say, I'm done, instead of continuing to take the steps forward in the darkness, we'll find that if we had just continued those full steps, we finally start to see a sliver of light. Because it's when we're at our most hopeless that shows that things are just about to shift. And I know it is challenging to hold on to that hope. I know that it's easier sometimes, or feels easier, to just give in the towel and be like, I can't do anything. It's not gonna change. Let's just keep going and be where it was, instead of going forward and actually being uncomfortable with and leaning into that discomfort. I had someone ask me how I could be so certain with uncertainty, how I could be so okay, and how I'm not like freaking out with all the uncertainty that I'm going through in my personal life, because I've got a lot. Not just what's going on collectively here in the United States, but in my own personal life, I've been going through a hell of a lot. And the thing that I said to that person was, I've learned how to be comfortable with the discomfort. I've embraced discomfort as my friend. And because I've embraced discomfort as my friend, I've come to see that it's a tool for growth. It's not an obstacle to overcome, it's an obstacle to embrace. I've learned to lean into all the discomfort in my life because I had no other choice. For me, I knew that I had to keep moving forward. I had to keep taking baby steps, because if I sat down and I gave up, then everything I've worked for was for nothing. All my years of sobriety would be for nothing. All my years of healing would be for nothing. And I can't be okay with that. I'll never be okay with that. So, and this is coming from someone who was nicknamed Chicken Little. Even when it feels like the sky is falling, sometimes it needs to fall. Because in order for us to arise and grow and be in a greater place than what we are, sometimes we have to let all that is around us crumble. And just like the phoenix who has to burn themselves and arise again from the ashes, we too can get through this. We just have to let what is no longer structurally sound crumble. It's like the tarot card of the Tower. It's not a horrible card to get. It just means that everything that wasn't strong, that wasn't in alignment, that all the cracks needed to allow something to crumble so that we could rebuild. And that's where we're at as a society. We in the United States have been here for hundreds of years, living on the same constitution, the same everything as they did it back then, but it hasn't been really updated to where we are now as a society. We are not who we were in the 1700s. We're not who we were in the 1900s. And I remember what that's like. I was born in 1983. So don't give up hope now. Because we are literally right at the edge. And one of the things I've learned is sometimes we have to be willing to step off the ledge and into the unknown that we think is going to end up having us fall. in order for it to actually realize that there was nothing really there for us to fall down anyways. It was always just invisible for us to see because our mind wouldn't allow us to see it, because it's all about perspective. So if you are struggling right now and you are unsure how to move forward, that's okay. Just don't give up hope. There's a lot coming. There's a lot of things we don't see because we can't see because our mind won't let us see. And we just have to have trust. And that can be really challenging too if we don't know how to trust and we don't know how to have faith in something other than greater than us. And I'm not talking about specifically God like in the Christian world or any other religious sense. I'm just talking about something, a creator greater, a force greater than me. Something. Because something created all of this. And it's one of those things where sometimes we just have to know that there's something greater than us, even if we don't know what that is. If you're needing additional support, feel free to, drop a comment below and I'll respond. You could even, send me a message. We'll get through this. I know we will.